My name is Mark Wedekind. I'm a woodworker, furniture builder is what I call myself. I have no formal training. Pretty much my whole life I've been exposed to woodworking in some form. Grew up in Missouri in the kind of the heart of the hardwoods, and so I was always had wood in front of me. I generally try to use woods that have been harvested in a sustainable manner. Cherry and walnut are ones that are some of my favorite. They are easy to cut. When you have sharp tools, they just work really nicely. Generally, I'll start out with a big plank of wood, start cutting big pieces into little pieces, and that's usually with the bigger machines, compound miter saw, table saw, band saw, and then start processing further with the joiner and the planer. And then once they start getting down to a more manageable size, then start working shapes into them more, and that'll involve some of the smaller hand tools, spoke shaves, chisels, gouges. I end up doing a lot of sculpting just as a part of the work that I do. In the piece, the Little Sioux table, there's a lot of handwork in that piece, and the more handwork that goes into a piece, the more time it takes. I do a lot of hand cutting dovetails. In that particular piece, the main box of it that contains the drawers, all the corners of that are hand cut dovetails. And the drawers themselves are all hand-cut dovetails. It's a very interesting looking joint. You got the end grain, which is darker than the face grain, coming up from on one face, and then the end grain from the other piece coming up on the other face. It's an interlocking joint. And so you get these interesting shades of wood that really draw attention to itself and make it fun to look at. When I first started woodworking in general, my work was a lot more square and flat, more usual, what you'd expect out of a furniture piece. And then as I felt more and more comfortable with that, I started trying new things and discovering that I could do things based on the same woodworking principles, but I could start figuring out how I could throw more curves in and making my work look more, I guess, organic looking. Who knows what kind of inspiration is yet to come, but I'm excited to find that out myself.